Hello, everyone, this is Philip, and you read the title. I'm going to be showing you how to operate Unity arrays, where you can have a lot of assigned variables into one specific variable, and you can control all the variables at once, or just control one specific variable, all of your choosing. So for this tutorial, we're just going to go inside of our scripts folder. If you don't have a scripts folder, go ahead and make one. Then inside of it, we're just going to go ahead and create another a C# script, and we're just going to go ahead and name this my array. And what we're going to do with this is just go ahead and create a new empty object and name it array manager. And I'm going to assign my array to array manager. Then just go ahead and open my array up in Visual Studio. And I'm just going to show you a few basic methods to do with arrays. So first of all, how to actually get arrays is all you have to do is go public. For mine, I'm going to do game object. And then right after your object that you're going to use, after your public or private or whatever it is, all you have to do is go open square bracket, close square bracket. Then all of a sudden you get an array. So and I'm just going to name this numbers. And so there's a few things we can do with this array. If we go and save the script, go back to go back to Unity. As you can see, if we go ahead and click our array manager, we have now a thing over here that says numbers and 0. So all we have to do, I'm in Unity 2021 or 2020 that is, and so my area looks like this, but we should all have just a number 0 right up here. So all you have to do, I'm going to do mine with 4, then press enter. And as you can see, now we have 4 unassigned game objects. So you can assign all 4 of your objects or whatever amount of your objects into this area right here. I'm just using 4. You could use literally as many as you want. So there's a few things we can do with this array now. The first thing I'm going to do is just a simple on and off function that will allow you to control everything inside of your array at once with just one single line of code. So what I'm going to do first is just go ahead and do public bool numbers are on, and then I'm going to go ahead and do true. Inside my void update function, I'm going to do if numbers are on, I'm going to do for each. And this is how you control every single object inside of an array. So all you have to do is do for each game object, and I'm just gonna put a random name in here. You can put literally whatever you want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do like num. You literally can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I can put day. I can put like a whole bunch of random things in here. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do number objects. Then what I'm gonna do is in numbers, because that's my array here. It's called numbers. Then I'm going to go ahead and delete that space there. And I'm going to do number objects dot set active equals true. And what you can do here is just add an S just to help you know that this is plural and it's referring to every single object inside of the number array. And then the last thing we're going to do here is just do else. And then we can just copy this entire for each function here, paste it in. If you want to, you can press enter there and then change true to false, and then save, go back to your Unity tab. And as you can see, now we have a Boolean here, numbers are on. So I'm going to keep that true for now. And if you go ahead and just press play, as you can see, each and every one of these numbers are on. But then if I go ahead over to this tick mark and turn it off, as you can see that every single number, every single object inside the array turns off. And then see on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. See? But let's say we want a specific one of these numbers to stay on. So we can turn every single number off except for 1. Or turn, for example, every single on except for 1. So what we're going to do for this is just go back over here. And we're going to change void update to, we're going to go ahead and do void turn numbers on. And then I'm going to go ahead and for now, I'm just going to delete this and delete the else method here. So now all we have is just a for each number objects in numbers, number objects dot set active equals true. We're going to go ahead and add a new integer right here. I'm also going to delete this Boolean. We're going to add a new integer. So public integer, and I'm going to do on number, and then to get the specific number that's going to be listed inside of the int, we're going to do numbers And then the number in here could be any number inside of the array. This will reference the number inside the array. So if I put 1, it's going to see inside the array, this is element 1. So element 1 is going to be the one that will be on. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do on number, because that's the integer over here. And we're going to go ahead and also do set active equals true. And over here, I'm going to do set active equals false. The last thing that involves arrays over here is if we go ahead over to line 9 and then press an enter there, and we go ahead and do another open square bracket, and we type in range, and then a parentheses, we can actually type in the maximum amount that we want inside of this integer value that's inside the inspector. So I'm going to do range 1 through 4, because that's how many numbers I have inside of my array. And then as you can see, we have a new thing here called on number, and this is a range from 1 through 4. So it kind of has a bar effect over here. And what we're going to do, the final thing here, is just go ahead and do void updates, and we're going to do turn number on, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and then a semicolon. Then of course I did mess something up here. Inside this range, we're not going to do 1 through 4, we're going to do 0 through 3, because there's not 4 elements inside. There's technically 4 elements inside, but it doesn't go up to element 4. It just goes up to element 3, because 0 is an element. So if I were to put 4 here, it wouldn't actually have a 4th element to turn on. It would get confused, give me an error, and things wouldn't work. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 1 here. So it should turn on the number 1, and everything else should turn off. Let's see if this works. Yep. And then if we go ahead and change this number, as you can see, the array changes with it. So as we scroll this up and down, the array changes with it. And yeah, this would be how we turn everything on. And basically we can do the complete opposite for this. So if we were to just go ahead and change this, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it for the tutorial. I'll change this method to turn numbers off. I'll also change that to turn numbers off. I'm also going to change to off numbers. And I'm going to replace all here. And then, yeah, I'm going to change this here to true. And I'll change this one to false. So now we'll turn all the number objects on except for the number that that we pick, which will be the one that turns off. So if we go back over here, right now it's on 0, so 0 should be the one that turns off. So if we go ahead and press play, and yep, as you can see, 0 is the one that turns off. And as I move the slider up and down this time, the number that's selected is the number that's hidden. So as you can see, the number is going up and down, and that number corresponds to the number that's being turned off. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful to someone. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. I will answer them. And thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.